What's going on, it's Mehdi, and in this video I want to show you 3 videos that you can post on your Instagram today that are going to land you clients within the next 24 hours. Now this is no joke, this is powerful stuff, so buckle up, put your thinking caps on, and let's get into the video. So the 3 videos I want to walk you through is your 3 pinned posts. Now so many people screw this up because what they do is they take their highest viewed video or the video where they look the most aesthetic and the most handsome or the most sexy and just pin it to the top of their profile. But that's not what's going to get you more high ticket clients. In fact, it took me a very long time to really crack the code to figure out what pin videos are going to help me land more high ticket clients. And when I figured it out, not only has it landed me a crap load of high ticket paying clients, but it's going to help you do the same. So before I break down this unique framework, I want to explain to you why it works so well. So if you put yourself in the shoes of your prospect right now and they land on your Instagram page, there's 3 questions that they're asking themselves. And unless you answer these 3 questions, they're never ever going to consider doing business with you. The first question is, who the hell are you? And what makes you different compared to everybody else? So let's say you're a fitness coach and that's what you've got in your bio. The first thing that your prospects are thinking is, what makes you different than anyone else? And that's what your first pin video should strategically answer, which I'm going to show you how in just a sec. The second video that you want to be able to create is answering their second question, which is, well, okay, cool. Now that I kind of know who you are, how the hell do I know that you can help me? And this is where you want to have a client testimonial and mashup of all your clients. And in a few seconds, I'm going to show you a few live examples of what I use on my profile. And even though I only have 5,000 followers on my Instagram, how I'm still able to land $7,000 to $10,000 high ticket clients very consistently in my business as a direct result of this. And the third video answers the third question that they have, which is, okay, now that I know kind of who you are, now that I know that you've helped people in a similar position to me, why should I pick you over anyone else? And that's what your unique story should pretty much answer. So what I'm going to show you pretty much is pin video number 1, a live example of your unique method. So the minute someone lands on my profile, and like I said, I only have 5,000 followers on my Instagram, the very first pin video is the scale framework. So I'm pretty aware of the fact that I'm not the only business coach in the space. There's probably people that have been in the space for a lot longer than me, have more followers than me, etc. But I'm still able to land clients because I have my own unique method, which I display in my first pin video. So let's have a look. Most of you have no fucking clue what you're doing when it comes to scaling your business. You're either just posting content, paying for ads, and hoping to get more book calls and clients and praying that your business just magically scales. After scaling my business to over $4 million online, I've helped my clients generate multiple 6 and 7 figures through building their scaling systems, funnels, all without paid ads or having to post endless hours of content while still being able to travel around the world and actually have a social life. I call this a scale framework and it consists of 5 parts. S stands for systems. As you can see in this pin video, I'm pretty much calling up my audience, and the thing that I help my audience do is scale their business. So my hook is pretty simple. It's, hey, most of you don't know what you're doing when it comes to scaling your business. You're either just posting ads, posting content, and just praying for conversions, which is a deep pain point that I know my target audience experiences. And following on from that, I pretty much break down my scale framework where I give them a 5-step framework to scaling their business in the right way. So within the first 60 seconds of visiting my page, they understand who I am, that I've generated over $4 million, that I understand their pain points, and more importantly, give them a quick win, a framework that they can start to follow to start scaling their business in the correct way. If I was to design one of these for, let's say, a fitness trainer that teaches their clients how to lose weight, I would tell them to get very specific because there are so many fitness trainers online that tell people, here's how you lose weight, right? So you need to have a unique method. An example of that would be my FAT loss method. And that could be an acronym for fiber, aerobics, and T for, tangible outcome. I don't know. But the point is, I'll break down my fat loss framework where I show clients, well, most of you don't know how to lose weight and keep it off because you struggle with, going out there and you still believe going to the gym is what's going to help you lose weight, or eating a clean diet where you eat like a bodybuilder, but that's not really what's going to get you in shape. What is though is following my fat loss framework, which consists of 3 parts, and here's how it works. Now, the minute someone visits your page, again, they know that you understand their pain points, you understand all the things that they're currently trying to do to reach their end outcome, and you've shared with them your unique method, which is completely different to something that they've had before. So that's an example of your first pin video. Now the call to action to that is comment below X to get my framework in depth and in detail. And you can pretty much lead that video down to a document, right? Giving them your framework in more depth and in more detail, giving them like tangible steps. Think of your offer as like the entire slice of pizza that you want them to purchase. But in order for them to purchase the entire pizza, you're giving them a free slice. And once they realize how delicious it is, how good it is, they're naturally going to want to upgrade with the least amount of resistance possible. So that's what your first pin video should do. Now, a few more things to consider. In that doc that you give them, you could break down your framework, give them some more quick wins, share some examples of your clients that you've helped through that same exact framework that you've been teaching them, and then give them the option to book a call. And that's not only going to generate you more credibility, it's not only going to generate you more leads, but it's going to generate you more book calls and clients through your very first pin video. Now, if that isn't enough, we have 3 pin videos. So imagine how powerful it would be to have all 3 combined. So the second pin video that I have on my Instagram,
what if I told you that we've helped these
pretty much a client testimonial mashup. So I start with a question hook. What if I told you that I've helped these clients go from 0 to 6 and 7 figures after 90 days of working with them? Would you believe me? And there's client testimonial after client testimonial after client testimonial. And I'll show you an example.
These clients scale to multiple 6 and 7 figures after 90 days of working with us without any paid ads and using one simple funnel. Would you believe me? I guess there's only one way to find out. Play the video.
Anu Mehdi and Anu Z.
Z and Mehdi.
Audience Z, Mehdi and Z.
Z Adam.
And Mehdi. Z and Mehdi.
Mehdi and Z.
Z and Mehdi.
Z and Mehdi.
Z and Mehdi.
Fast forward today, I've now generated over $600,000 in my business.
We're doing around 25 to 30,000 pounds in profit each month.
I have generated over $60,000.
Well, I was able to generate multi 6 figures from that offer alone.
I have made $7,500. I'm on track to hit my first 10K month, and I'm so pumped.
Now, the craziest part is
Anyways, as you can see, it speaks for itself, because here's the thing. Here's how I view an Instagram profile, and here's how you'd want to view an Instagram profile if you want to use it as a funnel that's going to land you a lot more book calls and a lot more clients. The way I see it is my bio makes people a promise, which is I help coaches and agency owners and digital marketers scale to $50,000 to $100,000 per month. So the minute someone lands on my profile and has a quick glance, I have a very limited amount of time to capture their attention and answer 3 burning questions in their head, which is, who the hell is this person? How do I know they can help me? And why should I trust them over anyone else? What makes them different? So what I've strategically done is engineered these 3 pin videos to sequentially answer these questions. So by the time they finish watching them, whether they click on my call to action immediately or not, they're already primed. Even if I'm having a conversation with them in the DMs, even if they're watching one of my stories, even if they're watching one of my other pieces of content and come back to my main profile, it's gonna further indoctrinate them from being a complete stranger into trusting me, trusting that I can help them, and more importantly, opening the door to do business together. Now, the third one is a personal story. Now, I do have one further down on my profile. Let me find it. I just haven't pinned it to the top yet. So
this is how one trip to McDonald's changed my life. At 15, I was staying around my cousin's house who happened to be a personal trainer, and out of pure boredom, I built him a website with affiliate links to products that he would recommend to his clients so that he could get paid. But what I didn't know is he started to show this website off to other people inside of his network. One of them being a very successful business owner who...
So the format of this video is what's known as an epiphany bridge, okay? And the epiphany bridge framework is by far one of the most powerful storytelling frameworks that you see marketers using everywhere, in their VSLs, in their ads, on their sales calls. And it's the highest converting storytelling format that you want to master. And I'll teach it to you in the next 30 to 60 seconds. So your prospects are experiencing a story in their brains. And their story is they have a desire, they are constantly hitting a wall, and they're unable to overcome that wall. That wall is causing them 2 types of pain. The first one is an internal pain. That's how they feel about the pain. They feel defeated, they feel stuck, they feel lost. In the case of a personal trainer to a client that can't lose weight, they don't feel confident about themselves. And then there's the external pain that they feel, which is they're unable to get 15 pounds of fat off of their body. So they have a desire, they keep hitting a wall, they're constantly training, they're sticking to different diet plans, they're getting stuck, lost, and they keep dealing with this internal and external pain. Now, that's as far as your prospect's story goes, because the reason your prospects are going to buy from you, whether it's your coaching or agency services, is because they want to overcome that pain and reach their desired solution. And their desired solution has 2 parts to it. They have an internal transformation that they want to achieve, which is feeling more confident about themselves, feeling accomplished, feeling achieved, etc. And then the external, which is a tangible result, such as making their first $10,000 or losing 15 pounds off of their body. So what you want to do essentially through your third pin video is mirror your prospect's journey. The people that get the most clients in this industry or in any industry are not the ones that have the best product necessarily. They're the people that can relate to their audience's pain point the best. So how do you do that? Well, you use the storytelling framework. In my third pin video, the storytelling one, I pretty much mirror my prospect's journey. And here's an example. So if I was a fitness trainer, you know, showing clients that I know how to lose fat and keep it off, I would make a video like this. I was overweight, obese, out of shape. I would have pictures or videos of me in that particular shape, and I would constantly go to gym. I would stick to different diet plans. I would constantly research different training regimes, but I was stuck. So backstory, I had a desire to lose weight. I hit this wall by trying these old methods. And then it wasn't until I learned this new method, and this is where the new method comes in, which is your solution. This new method of following the fat loss exercise or the fat loss framework, that I was able to finally have a diet plan that worked for me, finally have a training regime that worked for me. And within 3 weeks of implementing it, I lost 15 pounds. And that made me feel more confident. That made me lose weight, and this time actually keep it off, which is why I want to teach this framework to my clients. So comment below fat loss, and I'll send over my 1-page doc that breaks this framework down in a lot more detail. Do you see how effective that is? So by now, the minute they visit your page, they now know, okay, cool. Well, I know who this person is. I know what makes them different compared to everybody else. I've seen that they've actually helped people get results that are once the same situation as me. And I can relate to this person because they've been in the same shoes as me, right? Now, if you were to combine these exact 3 pin videos, how many more conversions do you think you generate from your Instagram? A lot. So I've used this exact framework in my business to absolutely crush it. And it's the exact reason why, with a tiny following of only 5,500 followers, I mean, we're 1 follower down, so go follow me, make it 5,500. It's the exact reason why, with only 5,500 followers, we've been able to scale to over $4 million. I mean, this is just one of the moving components that's allowed me to transform my Instagram into a literal client getting magnet. Now, there's a few more frameworks that work incredibly well, such as what I do with my story highlights or how I sell my stories. But if you want to learn more about that, for the first time ever, I've taken the exact frameworks that clients pay me 5 figures for to help them scale their Instagrams, grow them incredibly, and I've put it together into the Instagram Client Accelerator, which will literally show you how to turn your Instagram into a client getting magnet. Now, typically it's $197, but I believe it's on promo for $27. So if you want to get access to it, click the link below, get access to it. It's only $27, which is cheaper than pretty much everything, and subscribe for more free value, more content. And by the way, if you do get access to the Instagram Client Accelerator, I believe we have formats, frameworks for these pin videos. So if you want to film them, put them out there, create them, then you can do so. With that being said, comment below and let me know what you'd like to see in the next video, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.